Eat dirt and die later, because today we're talking all about the fine art of seduction, not to be confused with the deadly art of illusion. Specifically, we're talking about seducing women, how to trick them into thinking they enjoy sex, specifically with you. Plus, we check in on my good friend Jordan Peterson, who's doing great because his brain works. All that and maybe more, like how to make a fresh summer salad. Just kidding, no homo. When the show starts right in Nothing Flat. Hello and welcome to the Vonjano Predicament. Listen, I get pussy. I am tired of all these haters out there right now. Bill haters, I call them. But instead of SNL, they should be on H&L, Haters Night Live, out there talking crap about me and my wiener. It's normal. Everything's normal. I am a high-value male. I own a van. I am renting a van. I could rent a van if I wanted to. Like in terms of age, not in terms of money. It's very expensive to rent a van. Thanks, Bidenflation. But I know my worth, and I am not bald. Stop saying that. Okay, glad we got that out of the way. My name is Steve Vonjano, no relation, and this is the Vonjano Predicament. This is a news show where we discuss politics from the perspective of someone who really understands them. Voting, polling, indictments, Senate, Congress, judges, courts, buy, sell, clean out your locker because you're fucking fired. Politics.
C-SPAN is gay but important.
I'm coming at you live from Columbuston, Ohio, a little town with a big heart. And I mean that literally. We have the highest prevalence of enlarged heart syndrome in the world. We also have the Northern Hemisphere's only fully functioning asbestos plant. No connection. I created this show after leaving my lucrative and incredibly prestigious job in the mainstream media. Because over there, they wanted me to toe the company line. Just feed the audience the lies they wanted to hear. And to everyone who's claiming that I was just a newspaper delivery boy who got fired after refusing to deliver an issue that contained a bad review of a community theater production of Cats I was in, I'll have you know, I wasn't in that production. They cut me out after I couldn't lick my own butthole, okay? Also, the newspaper went under, because honestly, who still reads newspapers anymore? That's what we got YouTube for. And that's what I do on this channel. I give you the news, the real news, not the crazy radical leftist spin.
Karl Marx made a terrible evening news anchor.
I didn't leave the left. In fact, the left went further right, pushing for things like big pharma mandates, forcing every single American to go on Robinhood and buy a couple stocks in Wellbutrin, or at least walk down to the Walgreens and buy some aspirin. Either way, you're supporting big pharma. And of course, the left, and I do quotation marks to mock them, are now incredibly pro-war. Every single person waving a Ukraine flag is to the right of me on foreign policy because they support sending millions upon millions and possibly even higher numbers of money over to foreign countries just so they can bomb little children, many of them not ugly, right back into the gosh darn Stone Age. No more war. I'm done with it. No more profits for Raytheon or Lockheed Martin or Northrop Grumman or Nerf or whatever company makes water balloons. No, I'm sick and tired of it. We need to end all war. And that's why we need to take a page out of Israel's book.
It's a very pungently smelling book.
And build an iron dome around every country on earth. Sweden, you got an iron dome. Singal, you got an iron dome. Vatican City, I think they already have an iron dome. The prevalence of iron domes, which I believe to be literal, and also maybe stop questioning Israel, who's anti-Semitic now, oy vey, are the only way to ensure world peace, especially since we are on the verge of a full-blown civil war. And let me tell you, given the prevalence of athleisure wear, this civil war is going to be a lot more fun to reenact a couple hundred years from now. Some even say we are already in a cold culture war, which I think disproves global warming. There's a lot of evidence to support this cold culture war. This summer, the film Sound of Freedom made well over $1 billion at the box office, as long as you also count Barbie's money towards it. But despite its, quite frankly, smashing box office success, a number of critics gave it lukewarm reviews, therefore proving their pro-pedophilia bona fides. The song Richmond North of Richmond by Oliver Anthony, who I believe was an original member of Menudo, hit the top of the charts, going to #1 on iTunes and probably being played at a number of baseball games in Missouri. But despite all this success, Antifa still kidnapped Oliver Anthony and brainwashed him into making a series of anti-Republican car videos.
Robert Davi owns the genre of yelling in your car, stay in your lane, Anthony.
And the most egregious blow stuck in the current cold culture war, say that 3 times fast, is the recent imprisonment and inevitable butt rape of one Jordan Peterson. I will call him Dad. Dr. Reverend Peterson, author of such books as Autism Makes Your Dick Bigger and Even Lobsters Can Get Pussy, Why Can't You?, was recently called in for questioning by the Canadian Board of Psychiatric Medicine for his objectively very based Twitter feed. The entire country of Canada, led by former Fidel Castro sperm Justin Trudeau, thinks that Jordan Peterson should lose his license to practice brain science just because he's unwilling to fully embrace this radical trans ideology or masturbate to a plus-size model on a Sports Illustrated cover, which, to be honest, is pretty crazy. She thick as hell, and I would absolutely tear that ass apart, but that doesn't mean he should lose his license or have to go into a room and be lectured at by other people with very silly voices. You need to bloody well accept preferred pronouns there, bucko. I'm not sorry. Jordan Peterson isn't going to take this lying down, though. He takes nothing lying down. Well, except for Benzo's withdrawal. He did take that lying down in a coma in Russia.
I'm doing the same thing, but for Cheez-Its.
He has stood up and he has said, listen here, eh? Again, it's a very silly way to talk. Just objectively, I'm sorry. He has said, listen here, eh? I'm not going to let you take away my freedom of speech there, you censorious butchers, eh? He appeared in a popular YouTube video with his daughter, Michaela Peterson, a cutie pie who spent most of the time her dad was in a Russian benzo coma, just Eastern European clubbing and getting railed by Andrew Tate. True story, look it up. In this video, he talks about how he is being politically prosecuted, akin to Nelson Mandela, or at least Malcolm X, all guys who converted to Islam.
The decision, which I posted on Twitter and will post in the description of this video, starts out by making a case for the fundamental reality of freedom of speech for Canadians in Canada, and then says, but, and that's always a bad start when you're talking about freedom of speech, but apparently the college has the right to decide that I can be re-educated forcibly with the risk of my license, essentially because I made political statements that the members of the college don't agree with. And those opinions involve 2 criticisms of Justin Trudeau.
So first off, the Dr. Reverend Blood Donor Peterson's decision to dress as Ronald McDonald is stunning and brave, and we should acknowledge that. But who are the real hamburger clowns? The answer is, of course, the Canadian government, who's willing to strip a man's freedom of speech away just because he's out there saying that Ellen Page's doctor is a criminal butcher. And I ask to you, who's Ellen Page? Are they in any way related to Elliot Page, the hot young actor who just busted onto the scene? I think he's out of, Australia or where's Shakespeare from again? I'm not sure, but he's ripped like a Ninja Turtle. He looks great, and he's gonna win an Oscar as soon as he can get that white Bruce Lee biopic off the ground. So I don't know why my good friend Jordan, we haven't met, is attacking some Twitter rando, especially because, and I just Googled her, the titties weren't that great, so no huge loss. So I don't get that, but I do respect his freedom of expression. That means he can say whatever he wants, and if you criticize him even a little bit, you're a Nazi and probably gay. Because if that's not the case, are we really even America anymore? Or Canada? More or less the same. One thing both countries have is women. At least I think they do. Producer Nancy Mom, does Canada have women? No, what are you doing? No, don't. Calm down. Go back to... Stop. I'm not moving to Canada. Calm down. Stop calling them maple C words. That's not help. Put that down. Oh God, calm down. It's gonna be okay. Calm down. Okay, so producer Nancy Mom just picked up a samurai sword and is planning on driving to Canada, or at least to Akron, which is about as much gas money as she has. Regardless, we're talking about women today. Women. They're between 4 and 7 feet tall. Some of them have jobs. The number of holes on their body varies wildly. And let me tell you something. They're constantly having sex, but almost never with you.
It should occasionally be with you.
Listen, we can all agree society is crumbling. But is it women's fault? That's the question on every moderate centrist lips and mouth. Back in the good old days, which were about, 1948 to 1986, that's universally agreed upon, no dissent whatsoever, all women were happier. Okay? We have studies to back this up. They asked a number of women if they were happy. All of them said yes. And the few that didn't had parts of their brain removed. And afterwards, they said they were happy. Well, they said, which translates to happy. And again, I'm a moderate centrist. I don't have any political affiliation. I own Ted Nugent records and I own John Legend records, both sides. So I'm not sitting here saying women shouldn't be allowed to vote or women shouldn't be allowed to keep getting abortions. I'm just saying, damn, women love getting abortions. Taylor Swift, pumpkin spice lattes, getting abortions. That's the Mount Rushmore of things women love. Wait, Mount Rushmore has 4 things, right? Also getting their period. Women love that too. Point is, if women want to vote, maybe they should prove that at some point in the past 90 days, they have given a preferably, but not necessarily, enthusiastic hand job to at least one non-alpha male. Because women love these alpha males. You know the type. 6-figure salary, full head of hair, drives a Bugatti, is willing to take his beanie off on camera, has a nice suit, his penis works. Disgusting. Listen, I'm just being real. I don't want to feed you a whole bunch of lies about how the world is all puppies and the rainbows suck your dick, and after you come, the puppies give you a round of applause. No. What I'm giving you is the red pill, which is a reference to a movie directed by, presumably, 2 working class guys who crush pussy. And the red pill about women, and I also think that some of the pills that make your dick hard are also red, so it kind of works on 2 levels, is that women could lose some weight. Put back the fudge rounds you bought with your welfare money and get back on that treadmill. Or Peloton. Also use code StevieGettingFit to save 20% off at Peloton.com. Then maybe we'll want to touch your pussy. And to all the women getting up in their rears, okay? Getting all offended, all right? First off, calm down. Okay, you're being hysterical. Don't make me institutionalize you. I'm not saying any of this to be mean. I'm just delivering the cold, hard truth. If you want to keep up this luxurious lifestyle you've become accustomed to,
we're going to Olive Garden and you're paying.
You need to keep it tight and fit. Because fundamentally, men are visual creatures. That's why we are always on the seafood diet. Okay, if we see food, we eat it. Same with pussy. Sorry, that was crass. Vagina. No, vulva. That's Latin. Women want security. They want protection. They want you to stop farting in bed. And it used to be they wanted to get married and have kids. But now everything is the upside down. Women nowadays, and I'm not saying it's because of Barack Obama, but listen, the timelines kind of match up. They don't want to settle down. What they want is to settle their butts down on some other guy's wiener. I didn't say black guy. I'm not making this racial. Calm down. And that's what I want to do with this show. Aside from exposing the mainstream media, so corrupt, garbage, fuck you, eat my whole fucking ass, Chris Wallace, is try to right society's ship. Because if we keep producing these bitter, unpleasant, often slightly overweight women who are having so much sex, but very little of it is with you, then I don't think it's hyperbole to say that everything you have ever known and loved will be on fire within the next 4 to 6 months. So what do we do to put these women in their place? Partially for the good of society, but also because it would be funny. First off, we stop giving them money. OnlyFans. If you don't know, it is a website for, and I don't mean any offense, disgusting, vile whores of Babylon about to be swallowed up by Satan's very maw itself. You go on there, and for only $5 to $10 a month, the exact cost of subscribing to my Patreon, so maybe consider that, you see these women take their clothes off, say dirty words, even put things inside themselves. And let me tell you something. If they fail to do any of those things, and maybe it's just like a couple bikini shots or something, you don't get any of your money back. That's not how capitalism should work. So men, we need to cut out the porn right away. No more. Also, we stop chasing women. We let them come to us. That's right. We are no longer leaving the house. We are staying indoors. We are taping up the windows. We are watching nothing but kickboxer and men's workout tapes. That'll show women. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I love you. We did it today. We tackled all the big issues. Jordan Peterson, that pussy over there. Two separate things, comma. I'm not saying Jordan Peterson is that. Like and subscribe. You gotta like and subscribe. I got all my links down there. I'm on the TikTok. I'm on X. It's always been called X. It's never been called anything else. Don't listen to all these people trying to, quite frankly, gaslight you. They're trying to perspicaciously create anarchically tyrannical gaslighting into you. The most important social media link I have, and this is kind of social media, I'm social on it, and you get media. I gotta pee. Let's wrap this up. $5 a month, you get a Patreon. Okay, go to patreon.com/ I think the Vangino Predicament, whatever it is. The link's down there. For $5 a month, you get an exclusive bonus video every single week. You get access to raw feeds. You get to vote on various things, and you get an executive producer credit. You're telling everybody. My phone just made a little noise. Literally, the noise I got was from Patreon. That was literally the noise I got on my phone, was telling me someone donated on Patreon. So thanks, that person. Thanks, Jimmy Taco, for donating. You're great, and I love you, buddy. For $5 a month, you get an executive producer credit. That's just rolling by me this whole time, isn't it? Shit, I gotta pee. All right, I'm done. Let's wrap this thing up. All right, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I love you. I got another video coming right soon. And until next time.
Wait, what is a woman?
Shut up and sit down.